Many humans carry the gene YQ77. The YQ test determines with 100% accuracy whether a human carries YQ77. If a YQ test result is positive, the human carries the YQ77 gene. If a YQ test is negative, the human does not carry the YQ77. Sam designed a less expensive test for YQ77 called SAM77. It produces some incorrect results. To determine the accuracy of the SAM77 test, both tests were administered to 1,000 volunteers. The results from this administration are summarized in the table below. What percent of the volunteers actually carry YQ77? So there are 1,000 volunteers, and each were given a YQ test. And this table tells us how many were positive for the YQ test and how many were negative. These are the 1,000 total volunteers. They both got the SAM test and the YQ test, and they either tested positive for one or the other or both or neither. And here in this column, we see the number of volunteers that were positive for the YQ test. So 590 of them were positive for the YQ test and positive for the SAM77 test. And 25 were positive for the YQ test, but negative for the SAM77 test. So to find the number of volunteers that carry YQ77, we just need to divide the number that were positive by the total number of volunteers. This will give us the percent of the volunteers that were positive. So the number that were positive were 590 plus 25. The volunteers in this column were negative. The volunteers in this column were positive. And the total number of volunteers is given as 1,000. And then we just need to multiply this by 100, because this will give us a decimal, and to convert a decimal to a percent, you just multiply by 100. So now we can just put this into our calculator. 590 plus 25 is 615. Divide that by 1,000 to get 0.615 and multiply that by 100 to get 61.5. So that means 61.5% of all volunteers were positive for the YQ test, which means that they carried the YQ gene. So the correct answer is J.